Good evening, I'm Kurt Gutgsell. It's high school football time on Friday night. Forest Park travels to Mount Vernon. The Rangers will have a new quarterback in Jackson Leakin. Forest Park coach Terry Riggs on his offense, defense, and the opener in Posey County.
We had some holes to fill coming into this season. The new guys, they're older guys who haven't played in a little bit or, have a little bit of experience. They've done a nice job filling in. Jackson at quarterback provides us, a different animal back there. We know what he can do with the ball in his hands. He's a really good decision maker. And then you complement him with 2 or 3 really good backs and a couple of really solid wide receivers. Our offense has a chance to be explosive. We're going to be methodical in what we do, coming out on first drives and, thinking about first downs and keeping track of our own tendencies and put them in a position to succeed.
Your overall thoughts on how the defense is going to be?
Yeah, even in years past, we've relied heavily on defense to be sound. Our 3 linebackers, Will Steckler, Devin Pun, Drew Eckert, they've done a nice job, especially in the summer. They're fast, they're physical, they fly to the football. Very similar to offensive line-wise. We asked some guys to step in at D-line. We've got some things to clean up on both sides there at the line and in the secondary. We got a couple of guys who are ball hawks and aren't afraid to get physical. So, the makeup of this team, we want them to be super physical and we want them to be fast.
Openers are kind of weird. What do you expect out of Mount Vernon?
Oh, man. The nice part having Mount Vernon week 1 is that we have seen them before. They've always been on our schedule for the past 4 or 5 years. They're true to who they are, what they want to do on both sides of the ball. But again, you never know. It's week 1, you get scrimmage film and, you take a look at it, but you also got to account for some things they've done in the past. And, week 1 is kind of weird, like you said, but it also makes it a little bit more fun from the coaching aspect.
Coming up tomorrow, we'll visit with new Jasper head coach Derek Hart. Notre Dame has settled on a starting quarterback. The Fighting Irish named redshirt freshman C.J. Carr as its starter on Tuesday. Carr beat out sophomore Kenny Minchie. He replaces veteran Riley Leonard, who led the Irish to a spot in the football playoffs. Carr will make his first career start when Notre Dame heads to Coral Gables on August 31st to take on Miami. Speaking of Miami, the St. Louis Cardinals are there right now. They take on the Marlins tonight. Andre Palante versus Sandy Alcantara. Cardinals won last night's game. Brewers and the Cubs at Wrigley. Rookie Jacob Misiorowski for Milwaukee. Colin Ray, the former Indiana State Sycamore, will go for the Baby Bears. The Cubs swept the doubleheader from Milwaukee yesterday. Reds and Angels late night out in Anaheim. Nick Martinez pitches for the Reds. Cincinnati has won 3 straight games. White Sox and Braves in Atlanta. Colson Montgomery got the night off last night for the White Sox as the Braves came from behind to beat the Pale Hose 11-10. The defending Eastern Conference basketball champions are keeping their coach around for a while. The Pacers announced Tuesday that Rick Carlisle signed a multi-year contract extension. Carlisle's in his second stint as head coach of the Pacers. The 65-year-old is the NBA's oldest active head coach. Meanwhile, the Fever going to be without guard Sophie Cunningham for the rest of the season. Indiana confirmed on Tuesday that Cunningham suffered a torn MCL in her right knee. The injury occurred during Sunday's game against the Connecticut Sun. She's expected to make a full recovery. The Fever will host the Minnesota Lynx on Friday night. Stay tuned. We'll have more right after this.